Hello and welcome to another Retro PC User unboxing video. Let's see what's in. Oh, obviously I won this thing. An action site. And let's see what we got here. Hopefully didn't get damaged in the process of shipping. That'd be a piss off ship thing. Using my genuine box up there. That's what we got here. Lots of override. That's a good sign. Let's take a look at the rewards down here. I gotta pause this for a second. Alright, so this is the Macintosh Classic. This is the M1420 model. As you can see, it's a compact Mac from 1981. Assembled in Ireland. You got the ADB bus port right here, which is the Apple Data Bus for a keyboard, mouse, and other peripherals. I think modem is one of them. External floppy drive connector, Kensington lock. Never seen anything that big before. Of course, SCSI port, printer port, which is basically serial, modem port, speaker port. This was manufactured in May 1991. Comes with the 40 megabyte hard drive, SCSI standard, and a 1.44 megabyte floppy drive. And for my memory, if it serves, it comes with, I think, 2 megabytes of memory standard for this particular one. First one, the 0420 is the one that comes with only 1. And it's upgradable up to 4 megabytes. Now, there is an issue with this machine. I'll demonstrate that in a moment once I rival the cord for it and flip the switch. I don't have a keyboard handy at the moment, along with the mouse, so it's just going to be a temporary test here. Plug this thing in. I had the right the first time. Just wanted to be a pain in the ass. Make sure that the switch is off. Yep, it's off. Alright, let's turn it on for a moment. Just see. Anyway, I'm going to pause the stop this video for a moment and switch to my Pro video mode on this thing. Alright, I'm back again. I'm going to turn it on here. And it's showing that. Ah, crap. Okay, so that's a sign that I need to recap this thing. Because the chairman doesn't work. So yeah, I have to recap the analog board and the other board. Welcome to Macintosh. What the heck? Huh? Okay, that was unexpected. 253, 240 key available. Did I get the right one? Yeah, I'll turn it off and turn it back on again. Okay, this is just strange. Maybe it does need a recap. Yeah, I think I need to replace the memory on this thing. Yep. Memory on it is not working very well, so I gotta go take a look at that. Go ahead and disconnect from the back of this thing because I'm too lazy to unplug it from the other thing. Wait for it to discharge. Okay, good. I just have to get a pill. Alright, so now it's up to me getting this thing looked at. Got my checklist right here in my hand. My tools, the pen. And I'm going to pop this thing open. So make sure I got the T. That's a T10, a T15. Make sure I got the cut screwdriver. And there are 4 screws on here that you need to remove. There are 2 here, right next to the ports, and then there's 2 of them. You can see it right inside the handle part. Make sure you unscrew all the screws, place them somewhere so you don't lose them, and sometimes they lose some, so thankfully that's not long enough. Now it is. Not sure if it's unscrewing the screw or if it's just catching into the plastic. Let's just leave it into the plastic on that one. Maybe another screwdriver would be lucky to get all the way down there. Anywhere I put that freaking thing. Where'd you put that screwdriver? Alright, I'm gonna pause the video and look for the stupid screwdriver. Alright, so unfortunately, I looked around and I couldn't find the screwdriver that will be long enough to reach these 2 screws here. So I'm gonna go look around somewhere in my house, see if I can find another one. Hopefully you have the right screwdriver this time. Damn. Okay, this one's a pickle. Not long enough, apparently. Well, let's look what happened. I finally got those 2 pesky screws out. Had to compromise on it. I had to use this inside this screwdriver. And all nice and loose. And I put the system upside down so I can get the screws out. And now one of them is missing. Hard drop. Not too long ago. Now it's time to separate the chassis. first, let me try and find that one pesky screwdriver. Yep, there it is, right next to the card. Alright. You have a key. First time working on a Macintosh. Like this. Damn screws inside your backwards. And also suffering the chassis. I've only had a plastic tool. Well, this might suffice. Separate. Sorry about that. I'm trying to adjust the camera. This is going to be a pain in the arse. Try to do it the semi-easy way. Wait a minute. The correction. And for the... Nope. Let's do it too flimsy. Process. Finally pops it loose. Just need a little bit of persuasion. Now, I know the truth. So here's the logic board. Barry actually doesn't look too bad. This thing looks like it has 4 megabytes of memory installed here. Let's see, the speaker is connected somewhere. Oh, that's the fan. Oh, the speaker is connected somewhere, but where? So this thing definitely needs a recap in its future. There's the hard drive. Manufactured by Quantum. So I think this thing was upgraded once in its life or something like that, as it showed how many kilobytes free. But I think this is a 200 some megabyte hard drive. So let's go ahead and slide the memory out. Actually, doesn't look too bad. So yeah, this usually came with 2, and was upgraded to 4. Let's go ahead and see. Actually, take both the 730 memories out. And this is the computer. This is the model number of the card itself. It's 820-40405-01, manufacturer 1990. By Apple Computer Incorporation. It's not called Apple Inc. because they do more than just computers. They do more than just Macs. They do iPhones, iPods, iPads, you name it. So this is what the logic board looks like. And you see the floppy connector is a lot different than the one that you see on a computer. It's just a really neat setup. Let's go ahead and take out the logic board too. Make sure there's nothing out of the ordinary on here. Disconnect the floppy cable, the hard drive cable. Thankfully, know which one goes where. Now, this is the analog board, and be careful when you touch something like this. How many times I almost got myself killed when I was working on a CRT television set. I tried on my lighter a couple of times. Thankfully, nothing too serious. So this is what the motherboard looks like. Over here you have the memory, expansion for the memory itself, amongst other things. You also have the chips here. The 68,000 Motorola, that's the CPU right there. That's the brains of the operation. Of course, the fabled clock battery, which ironically didn't leak. And that's kind of actually what I was not hoping for. It's actually kind of weird that this board with the battery did not leak. But one thing we're going to do, precautionary measure, is take that thing out. And take a look at the ROM here. This is the actual ROM for the system, I believe. With the LSI chip, so this is, like I said, it's a SCSI. Oh. Yeah, there's a bit of corrosion. That probably explains why the system's not happy. So this definitely needs a recap. You need to replace all these capacitors here. That's just handy. Fortunately, it didn't destroy the VLSI SCSI chip, just like the AMD chip here. Looks like it just needs a little bit of cleaning. That probably explains why the system acts a little funny, why it was acting a little funny upon initial boot up. The analog board definitely needs a recap as well because the speaker wasn't working. But ironically, the system was working. But ironically, the system had turned on and booted to Macintosh system 7, Macintosh system, whatever it is. It's kind of ironic of how these things work. You got the analog board right there, which was power feeds it. I think there's something on the front end there that it slides into. There is not. I wonder how this thing actually. How does this thing work? This is just very interesting. Maybe the SCSI connector? No. Oh, I see. Probably like all these power wires right here. That feeds to the... well, it's everything. But how does this thing work? There's a C connector thing right here. It wasn't connected to anything. Huh. This is just getting weirder and weirder by the second. But here it is, kind of disassembled. We got the floppy drive right here, which I believe this is the 1.44 megabyte. Not sure which size this hard drive is. There's the label for it's on the other side. And I'm too lazy to get my screwdriver to go and screw this thing in screws. This is a 9-inch monochrome display. Doesn't look too bad, just needs a little bit of cleaning. You want to be careful with this because this thing is very fragile. You can kill yourself if you touch the anode cap or the flyback. So I definitely need to recap the system and the board. It's actually kind of ironic that it booted up with. Why are the corrosion on just those pins? It's just wow. I don't know how to explain it, but that's just weird. Alright, so as luck would have it, I reseated all the memory for the Macintosh here. Took the logic board out. It needs a lot of work. Well, capacitors for one thing. It also needs a bath. The board does. That is the main one. But oh, and also I took this little guy out. I only had 0.07 volts left on it. That barrel was totally flat. But ironically, the system boots up. Even with a little bit of corrosion on the logic board. Of course, the analog board definitely needs a recap because the speaker's not working. Here, there, they have this thing on silent mode. But there's the Happy Mac. Welcome to Macintosh. In a few seconds here, it's going to go to open up the Macintosh. Yep. So, it has 8 items. 4,700 kilobytes being used. 253 to 40 kilobytes available. So I think this is at 260. Kilobyte hard drive. I'm just kidding. It's probably like 260 megabyte hard drive in this thing. But it powers on. I don't have a keyboard or mouse to test it with, unfortunately. So I'm just going to go turn it out for now. Order brand new capacitors for this thing. Recap it after I'm done giving this thing a bath. And hope for the best. And actually, it's kind of ironic the system boots up with the just need to reseat the memory module here. And it's actually kind of weird and ironic that it boots up without a problem. Well, with this like hiccup, but oh no. Actually, quite surprised at how that this thing is running without problem. I mean, I was not expecting that. I'll just have the back end off what it looks like. So this little door right here, they take off to access these screws for, I presume this is a flyback controls. You got the focus and screen. I think that's what it is. Yeah. And like I said, you do not want to touch anything right there. So I'm just going to have this thing discharge all the way. Flip the switch up. Sometimes it helps take all that stuff out of there. All that charge. But you do not want to be a complete fool and do anything stupid. But there we have it. Semi-working Macintosh Classic. I don't have a keyboard and mouse for this thing yet. And my next thing to test is the floppy drive. Once I get the keyboard and mouse, and after I clean this thing. As it is nasty, both inside and out. But it boots up. The screen is actually not in terrible shape. It's actually in really good shape for its age. It's actually not bad. Now I just need to figure out what this hard drive is here. I think it's a 560 megabyte or something thereof. I just have to take out the hard drive and look at it. That's all for today's video.